Hi, I'm Ashley, and this is Take the Stage Fitness. Today we are going to jump straight into our topic, which is making themed playlist for group fitness classes. Now, everyone has their own way of doing this, but I want to share a few of the tips that I've gathered from years of making themed playlists, and hopefully you can apply these to your class or learn from them. So let's break down themed playlists because I break them down into two categories: a light theme and a deep theme. So a light theme is anything that there are tons of options. It's a fairly broad category, say love songs or 80s theme. There are so many 80s songs to choose from. Everyone's going to have fun. It's a light theme. Maybe there's outfits involved. Then we have our deeper themes. These are a little deeper into playlist. A St. Patrick's Day theme, maybe a Super Bowl theme, which is actually what we're going to dive into today. So that's a little more specialized and a little bit of a deeper theme. So let's get straight into it. I'm going to let you look at my Spotify page here. And I start building a playlist, say the Super Bowl playlist, by coming up with ideas and dropping all of those into one playlist. Now, what's great about an app like Spotify or Pandora, some of these, when you're building playlists, is they will automatically suggest them things. So you drop a bunch. For example, I'm using Rihanna quite a bit because she is singing in the Super Bowl halftime. And then you'll find keywords. So I dumped a bunch of songs into the playlist that have to do with Philadelphia since the Eagles are playing. And I'm going to search here for Chiefs, for Kansas City, and drop any of those into the playlist. So after you've dumped everything into your playlist, then go back and listen. Sometimes the first 4 seconds of a song is going to let you know whether or not it's going to work in a fitness class. So anything that's a slow tempo, anything that's not vibing, dump it straight away. But by throwing them all in the playlist first, you're not wasting time listening to a song, researching. So immediately weed out the songs that you know you're not going to use. Sometimes I move the maybes towards the bottom of the playlist, just so I know that these are ones to dump. Sometimes they even stay at the end of the playlist, and we hope no one ever hears those. So once you have all this, then it is time to get into the structure of class and the structure of the playlist itself. So the next step is to start crafting your playlist around the class structure. Now you may have a choreographed class in mind. You may choreograph as you build your playlist. Some do it that way. But I like to just come up with my structure and build in songs around that. So the first 2 to 3 songs in any playlist in a group fitness class will be your warm-up. These are going to be up-tempo. They're going to set the tone for your class. They're going to set up the environment, and we want to get that heartbeat up. So these are frequently a little faster up-tempo. They may be 140 beats per minute. They may be 150 beats per minute. They're going to feel a little faster. We want to get that heart rate lifted. Then we move into the body of the class. Now, for this Super Bowl playlist, you're going to see I'm actually going to create 2 here. But for the Super Bowl playlist, I'm aiming for a strength class. So it's a little slower than cardio. Sometimes it's even slower than, say, a bar class. We're going to keep those around 120 to 128 beats per minute, maybe a little faster on some tracks depending on the exercise and what beat you want. So most of our pop songs kind of live in this zone of 120, and those are your body of the class. Now with this, because I'm going to a theme, I don't want all of the Rihanna songs to be in a row, so I'm going to shuffle them up, kind of alternate to create a vibe, but thinking about what exercises I'm going to be doing with each. Then we have one final burst of energy, one final standing body of class song. For this one, I'm going to use Eye of the Tiger. That's our final burst. It's a great timing for this piece. And then we're going to slow the tempo down. And this is when we look for our slower songs, our cool down and core songs. So this is a basic strength class I'm building. So I do a decent amount of floor core for, say, the last 3 to even 4 songs, depending on the length of the class. So then we pile those in. Now you have a playlist that is based on the structure of your class, the format you're used to: warm up, body of class, cool down. And now you have a playlist built around and customized to your class. Now, once you build this, you may start programming your class and tweak a few things, change the order, but you have a basic structure. You know where things are going to go within the structure of your class. Some things to keep in mind when you're building theme playlist. First of all, make sure the playlist is still client driven, that it's not just about you. I know we have fun, we have creativity. You want to show how clever you are sometimes in making these playlists, or at least that's part of my pride. That's part of my stuff, is I want to feel proud, like, look at this amazing playlist I built. However, no matter how clever you are, you still have to make sure you're targeting your client, that you're playing songs the client would enjoy. So we want to keep all of our songs enjoyable, songs that are easily recognizable in some fashion also go over well. Think about the songs that when they come on the radio you're singing along with. Those are the songs that create great playlist. And then finally, we want to think about the style of the playlist. So you want to keep everything in a sort of style. Now, maybe that style is eclectic. Maybe the playlist is all over the place. However, if you're doing a Super Bowl playlist, Rihanna's the halftime. Rihanna is kind of the main topic or main driving theme within this playlist. It's going to be a little out of place if I say, oh, Chris Stapleton is singing the national anthem. Let me throw in a Chris Stapleton song, and suddenly we have Rihanna and country in the same playlist. Now, some country songs, that's going to work. Probably not so much for this playlist. But if you look closely at the very end of the song, I did throw in a track that is a little slower, and it's Justin Timberlake featuring Chris Stapleton. Threw that in to close out the class as a little nod to him singing the national anthem. But the country songs don't really fit in this playlist. So think about that when you're building playlists. Say you're doing a St. Patrick's Day and it's a lot of pop songs, and then suddenly you throw in a traditional Irish jig. That's going to feel a little strange, right? So we want to keep it in the theme. We want to think about the class. We want to think about the people we are creating the playlist for. Once you do all of these things, you're going to build a fun playlist no matter how you do it, because you're thinking about the client, you're thinking about the class, and you're thinking about the needs of the class and the client above yourself and your playlist. Remember, we're always shaping our classes for the people in our classes, not for us. So keep that in mind. Please stay tuned for more tips. I'm going to be posting even more on this channel. We're hoping to grow this channel. So follow this channel for more. Subscribe, like, catch me on Instagram, and thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day.